Welcome to Copper with the Queen, hosted by Jeri Taylor-Swade, first Queen of Senegence International and founding pioneer distributor. Listen in as Jeri shares proven steps to Senegence success. Hear how Jeri, as an international trainer with 18 years in direct sales, shares everything you need to know to have a thriving, stable business. Be influenced and empowered by knowledge and encouragement that Jeri imparts so that you will experience life-changing dreams come true in your home-based business.
Hi and welcome to another in the series of Couple with the Queen podcasts. And today I'm going to be talking about your word for the year. You know, every January, which we are in right now as I do this podcast, a lot of people want change. They know that it's a new year and it can be a new time of refreshing and renewal. And it can be a time when a lot of people say, I'm going to do this year, I'm going to do that this year. And a lot of people set what we call a New Year's resolution. A New Year's resolution is kind of a tradition, and I looked it up, and most commonly it's in the Western Hemisphere of the world. Some find it in the Eastern Hemisphere, but it's predominantly in the Western Hemisphere. But I don't know about you, but I have found that over the years I've said that too. I've said my New Year's resolution is this or that or whatever. And a lot of times it's about losing weight or getting in shape or, finances and things like that. But what I found myself and what I am reading a lot about is that when you set a resolution, a lot of people set that resolution because they think it's what they should do or they think it's what they want to do, but they don't have really the set desire behind it to actually take the action that it needs to do it. Or it might be too vague of a resolution, so there's no real steps in place of how to actually achieve it. So most people fall short, and most people don't even get through the first month of their resolution, meaning they're already done by January with their New Year's resolution. My son used to be a manager of a large chain of fitness place. It's like a workout place. And he said January was always their biggest month when they had people come in and join and pay the joining fee and pay for a year and all that stuff. And they might make it a couple times and then they fall off. And then they're committed to making these payments and they don't even show up to work out because they're not committed to really what it means to work out. And that's bottom line, just getting healthy, right? But most people are not committed enough. So I try to find another way. And what I find works for me, I tried it last year and it really worked for me. And I know a lot of people are doing this now, is choosing a word for the year. A word for the year that gives you clarity and focus, but it must drive deep into what you want for the new year. Change is always possible, but focus has to be required. I mean, you have to focus on what you want to change in order for it to happen. And I found last year my word was joy. And I actually used it so much and talked about it so much that at Christmas time this year, people gave me presents that included the word joy because I made it known that that was my word. And I purposely looked for that word. And I looked for songs that had that word. And I really, really encompassed and pulled into my life that word joy. So that's the difference, is when it really becomes part of you for the year. And everything you do and everything that you talk about, write about, put out on Facebook or in any other social media, when you do that, it becomes part of that focus, and you accomplish what it is you're working for toward the year because it's become a part of you. A lot of people say, I'm going to do, let's say they want to get organized. You have to understand why you want that. Like, why do you want to get organized, or why do you want to lose weight? You want to lose weight because it's healthy. You want to lose weight not for other people. It can't be for other people. It has to be for you. All right? So choosing one word, I find, will keep you focused, but it'll also keep your attention for the year. But you're the one that has to do it. I mean, you're the one that has to put it out there. You're the one that has to talk about it. You're the one that has to put it in visual places so you can see that word. Let others know what the word is. Let others know, because it means it's a big difference when you put it out there to others and you actually state it. I created a graphic to put on my Facebook banner even, and said the word. My word is intentional. So I actually put it on my Facebook, my personal Facebook page. That's my banner. It's a picture of me with the word intentional for 2019. It's a difference between resolution, let's say. When you do a resolution and you don't follow through with it, you feel defeated. You feel like you're just going to give up because you didn't do what you said you were going to do. But I find that a word is different, because a word is, you can do it new every day. Like in my word intentional, if I'm not quite intentional one day, if I lose focus, the next day I can get up and say, I'm going to be intentional today. Everything I do will be intentional. And you can start new that day. You can focus on that word and bring it into your everyday life. Use it in writing and speaking. You have to choose your word carefully, though, because what you think about, you bring about. Take some time and determine the person or the life that you want by year's end, and then choose the word that will help you get there. Picture yourself living that word. Like, mental pictures are really powerful, don't you think? Picking just one is hard sometimes, but just picking one keeps you committed to it and keeps you more focused. There are so many words to choose from, and or you can find which one will work best for you when you actually think through what the word is, what it looks like. You can even look it up in the dictionary to make sure it's exactly what it is that you're looking for. In other words, we had a conversation today on our team call, and we were talking about this specific subject, and I was asking everybody on the call what their word was. Well, one girl said her word was brave, and another girl said, well, I don't have a word, but I want to step out. I want to do things that I'm afraid to do. And somebody else on the call said, well, you could use brave as your word. And I said, yes, you could, but it has to resonate with you. Maybe courage is a better word for you. But you need to think about it, and if you need to, look it up in the dictionary and find out what the actual definition of the word is, and that might help you. Then declare it. Here are some words that might help, and these are some really good words depending on what you want to do with your life for the year. Discipline, grace, patience, trust, focus, organized, confident, positive, determined, abundance, fit, joy, we talked about that, balanced, enough. Do any of those words resonate with you? I asked my team to choose their word for the year, and keeping in mind that the word would help to keep them focused by creating positive change and moving forward to what they wanted. And this was the very first week of the year that I asked them. And here are some of the words that they said: organize, positivity, flourish, focus, grow, bloom, inspire, simplify, consistency, brave, believe, unlimited. And there were more, but I thought those were really, really good words. What I did was I took the time and I created a graphic for each one of them, keeping in mind I know who they are, I know what their personalities are, I kind of know what colors they like and things like that. And then I created a graphic with their word and I sent it to them. And I said, here's your first visual for the year with your word. And, you can even actually go on Amazon and look up your word and see what you can find. You might find a really beautiful picture that has that word. You can create your own graphics and put them on your Facebook, put them on your phone, put them in your office, put them in your bathroom, put them where you will see them. I did the same, and my word is intentional, which I already told you. I will do everything on purpose and in a deliberate way. The word intentional keeps me focused for the things that I want this year, tangible and intangible. Intentional to me means I will be conscious, purposeful, thought out, be deliberate. If there's a song that you can find that says your word, that lifts you up and motivates you, because that's what music does, it touches your soul, then download that song and listen to it daily. My word is intentional, and there is actually a song, which I had no idea, called Intentional. And you can bet I'm listening to it every day. And it's even better because it's a Christian song and it speaks to my values. So I'm going to ask you, what's your word? I'd love to hear from you if you'd like to share it. Thank you so much. And if you would like to hear more of Couple with a Queen, please subscribe to my podcast. And if you're listening, did you know that you can get 10% off from my sponsor? My sponsor for Couple with the Queen is the PDQ lip printing. And it's actually, the website is pdqlipprints.com. pdqlipprints.com. Everything to do with lips, everything to do with Senegence, because I am a Senegence distributor. So I challenge you to choose your word, get started being intentional in your life with your word, and live that word every day. God bless.
Thank you for tuning in. If you would like to hear more from Jeri, subscribe to the Cuppa with the Queen podcast, where you will learn more about how you can grow your own home-based business. Find Jeri at JeriTaylor-Swade.com and on Facebook at Cuppa with the Queen.